maybe you're in therapy, maybe you're working with a coach, who knows what you've got going on, but you're trying to change some aspect of yourself or your life. And I want to start with the premise that it doesn't matter at all what you're thinking. What goes through your head, not important at all. Meaningless, in fact. The only thing that matters is what you do, the actions you take. Everybody sees that like entirely the other way around. Like, oh, but I need to be thinking about this, right? Because that's somehow meaningful or important. That I really need to be kind of, I need to understand this in a particular way, and then everything will come online. And that's entirely backwards. It's what you do that matters, and that's the only thing that matters. What you're telling yourself in your head, you're probably full of crap largely anyway, in what you're telling yourself and how you're seeing the situation and how you're trying to understand it. Because here's the secret. Thinking isn't real life. Thinking is just the rehearsal for real life. And we have a whole different kind of priority way of seeing that. Thinking is just rehearsal for the world. In other words, there's something I want, or there's a way I want to be, or whatever. So I get into my head and I start thinking my way through it. And what I'm trying to do is I'm practicing it in my head. I'm test driving all of these thoughts and reasons and rationalizations, and I'm thinking about the behaviors and how other people are going to respond. And what you're doing is you're actually rehearsing for real life. But the problem is everybody wants to rehearse that and then decide what's okay and not okay, and then they want to go on and act from there. The problem is the inside of your head isn't real life, and it will never work like real life. The place where all of that learning needs to take place isn't inside your head, it's in the world. You need to be acting in the world and taking your feedback there. You need to be taking action in the world and then listening to what other people have to say, seeing how they respond, noticing how you feel. And that becomes the place where you actually learn in a real way. All of that rehearsal stuff that goes on inside your head is you in a locked room rehearsing something, thinking that you're getting it right and deciding how it's supposed to be. But yeah, sure, great. You like it. I'm sure it's awesome. But that's why when people then they take that moment that, oh, I thought this through in my head, and then they go out in the world and it doesn't work, and then the wheels fall off of everything. Then they develop kind of a weird form of stage fright, where their own rehearsing that they did in their head was wrong, so now they doubt themselves and there's no way to do anything, and everything goes to hell in a handbasket. The place where you want to be doing your learning is acting in the world, because that's the only learning you can actually trust. It's the only learning that actually means anything. It's the reality that we all live in. You can't do this in your head. That's not where it happens.